Hey guys, what is up? Big Red Reviews here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Super Mario Galaxy, the new Mario movie that came out. Going into this movie, I was hearing a lot of mixed things. I was hearing like it's fun, I was hearing that it's ass, I was hearing that it was really fast paced, and I was just really interested because I was hearing like a lot of like negativity towards this movie, which any movie is warranted to negativity, obviously, and this movie does have flaws, but at the end of the day, this is a kids movie. So usually when I go see movies like specifically made for kids, I'm gonna let some things slide. Like one of the big things that I wanted to mention off the rip was that this movie was very fast paced, and at first I was like, I wonder if I'll agree with this, and it is actually very fast paced. The beginning of the movie is pretty good, like it's setting up some stuff, but this movie really is just them going from point A to point B in maybe a minute or two, and then an action sequence. Even if it's not a long action sequence, they'll always have like one action sequence every, I'd say 4 or 5 minutes, not even. And obviously, again, it's a kids movie, so we gotta cut some slack. And at least the action is pretty good. There's a lot of like singular takes and like clever camera work. One thing the first Mario movie did well was just really make you nostalgic in a good way, not like pandering, but like just like obviously like Mario and Luigi are fighting and stuff, and you see like an item that you've seen in the game, or like, you know, sometimes it'll move the camera to where it looks like it's 2D Mario, and they'll use the old sounds. There was a sequence like that in the movie, but that was always really cool to me. But I definitely get what people mean, where they could have easily fleshed out the movie a little bit. My biggest gripe is we barely see Rosalina. Yeah, there's another character in this film that I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about spoilers, guys. You know, it's Mario. I don't think it's like, I'm also late to the movie, so I'm sure people have seen it. And if you're watching this, if you care, you know, skip away. But I don't think most people will care at this point. There's a character named Fox. Fox is in the movie, which is cool. It was insane. I got it spoiled for me, sadly, because they put it in not by anyone. They put it in the poster and the trailer for the movie, which I think was stupid. But I could see them eventually doing a Smash movie. We have Rob, and we had I forgot that one character that's like 2D, and it's like a black shape, and it just moves really slow. He was in the movie, and then obviously Fox. So that'd be pretty funny. The whole meme out in my head, I was like, the movie's gonna end with like the music, and they'd be like, Mario, you got a letter. Boom. It's just a letter for Smash invitation. Yeah, like Fox has more lines than Rosalina. Now, obviously Rosalina gets captured. I get it. But like, I really hope we see more of Rosalina in the future. I know a lot of people from the first movie were complaining that Luigi and Mario weren't really together at all during the movie until like the end and like obviously the very beginning. And they listened to that, so they had them together the whole movie. So hopefully now, since Rosalina's like saved, she'll be around more in the next film, especially since Brie Larson voices her. And if you don't know, Brie Larson is like a really big Nintendo fan, like huge. She's been for years, and like her enthusiasm for this movie was actually really cool to see. Yeah, and no Donkey Kong, which was sad. I wanted to see more Donkey Kong, not like obviously the whole movie, but I thought that was funny. And then obviously Bowser is still hilarious in this film. I mean, this film is just kind of one of those films where it's kind of like a Transformers film a little bit, where you're gonna turn your brain off, and just like, if you choose to have fun or if you choose to critique it, you're not gonna have a good time. Because like plot wise, there's not a lot of character arcs. Like Mario has a mini one with him trying to like, you know, forgive Bowser, and yeah, he kind of forgives Bowser at the end, but then Bowser like is evil, and he doesn't really come back to his senses. Like that's really kind of left unresolved, probably for a third film. But this movie was pretty funny. Like I said, it was fun to just go and have fun and not really like worry about too heavily on things. So that's why I kind of enjoyed the movie more than most. While Shocker Joey enjoys the movie, but like if I were to critique this, like for example, how I would with Project Hail Mary, or like, you know, Sinners or something, like obviously I'd be a little more critical. But since this is a movie made for kids, and I grew up on Mario, so it's just nostalgic, I just want to go and have fun. That was a good time. It was really fun with me and my friend, like pointing out the background Easter eggs, and like, oh my gosh, this musical theme is from Odyssey, or like they had a couple Odyssey references, which I love Odyssey. It's like right here. I love Odyssey. I just replayed it recently, and like there was like one set from Odyssey, and then like the music, and there were some characters, and I was like, oh, I would really be cool to have an Odyssey movie, because I feel like besides Galaxy, like Odyssey is the biggest game besides 64, but it's hard to do 64 unless maybe you just do the paintings trope again. I always thought they should have done that, like, because I have an affinity for 64, as most people who like Mario do. Like that was one of my first games. Like I played it on the DS, so I didn't even play the OG version because I was a little too young for that, but that'd be cool. But yeah, I mean, this film is fun. The pacing is very fast. I mean, like I said, the first like 10 minutes is very fast, or the first 10 minutes, like 15 minutes is pretty good. Like it's like slow, and it's kind of like setting everything up, setting Rosalina up, setting all that up, and just seeing where these characters are at. And then like once like Bowser Jr. attacks, it's just like boom, boom, boom. Like, okay, here's like a talk scene for 3 minutes as they show a new world. Boom, fight. Even if it's like a small fight where you wouldn't even expect it, fight. Like chase or fight or something. And it was just like nonstop action. It was like stimulating to the max. But I had a fun time, and that's really all that matters. Like some of these movies, like I said, you just go to have fun, and this was one of them. I really did like the music. I feel like in the first film, I remember what a lot of people were saying, and I agreed, was like they used too many like licensed songs, and I wish they would make their own music and then mix it with like the Mario theme song. And I'm glad they just didn't blast the Mario theme song throughout the whole movie. Like they had their own motifs and soundtrack, and then they would mix in like a couple melodies of like the Odyssey soundtrack. I'd be like, oh, I would start, freaking out. But yeah, I mean, no matter what people think of this movie's probably going to gross $1 billion. I mean, these movies are just printing money. And I think it'll be cool to see where it goes from here. I mean, doing Mario Galaxy as their second film was kind of crazy. I thought they would have done like, maybe one and then a sequel and then maybe do Galaxy. But yeah, doing Galaxy off rip is nuts. And obviously they can go do Sunshine or Odyssey now or whatever, or make their own story. There's so many characters in the Mario universe, they can just pick from whoever. It is going to be interesting to see if they keep redoing Bowser, because now Bowser's with his son, but he's like the bone Bowser now. So it's like, and again, like I said, that's one of my big complaints too, is like you have this arc on the inverse of Mario where Bowser is like really trying to be good, and he feels bad that like his son is going to attack Mario and them and kill them, but then he wants to be a good dad for Bowser Jr. And then once they save the day, there's no resolution, and they're just like playing together, like him and Bowser Jr. So it's like, I don't know where they're going to take Bowser's character, like if they're going to keep him as like evil or keep him as an anti-hero or turn him good. I really hope they don't turn him like fully good. I hope they turn him like anti-hero level. But yeah, as always, Jack Black is great in this. Chris Pratt as Mario is still a choice. I don't think it's bad, but it's just like a crazy choice. Charlie Day as Luigi is great. I always thought that was a great casting. I fit Luigi perfectly, honestly. Donald Glover as Yoshi, I don't know where that came from, who thought of that. And yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited. Some of the end credit scenes too set up some cool stuff that I'm excited to see and where that goes. And I'm praying to God that this sets up a Smash verse. If I had to guess, what I was saying to my friend when we left the theater was like, maybe they do one more Mario movie to make it a trilogy, and then after that, like they tease like in the end credits, and they tease a Smash film, and that'll be like the Avengers of this universe, which will be pretty cool because we already have like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Rosalina, Daisy, Rob, Fox, Bowser, Mini Bowser. Like we have so many characters already, and obviously there's so many more they can bring in. But obviously you're not going to have like the whole roster of Ultimate in your movie. First off, it's a licensing nightmare, and second of all, like you don't need that many characters. If they can get like a few more good characters in, they could easily make a storyline about like Smash. I think that'd be pretty cool, and I think there's no way in the next 10 years we don't get that film. It started off as a joke when the first Mario movie came out, that it was like, imagine a Smash movie. Like, can you imagine? But I could easily see them doing that. I mean, think about it. How many more solo Mario films can they make stories up and pump out before they just go Smash? Because they know it'll be $1 billion. A Smash movie would make so much money. But anyways, guys, yeah, this movie was good. I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. If I was ranking this, like, see, I can't go too far like right or too far left on this. Like, I don't want to go like right in the sense of, oh, I'm just going to grade it purely as a kid's movie. That means I can't grade it at all. Because if that was it, then I'd give it like a 4 or 4.5. But I still want to be a little critical of it. Like not like Sinners level, or not like Oppenheimer, or some of these like really great films that like you're supposed to kind of critique. If in that case, it would be like a 3. 2.5 to 3. Probably a 3. I think 3 would be good, because like out of 5. Because again, like it's just hard because I'm just having fun with the movie. So it's hard for me to really like trash talking in that sense. But yes, the pacing is very rushed. A lot of these characters don't really have arcs. Like, yeah, they're doing things, but like really, like again, Bowser and Mario obviously have like the biggest arc, but then they don't do anything with it, because Mario's like, oh my god, Bowser, you turned evil, and there's not like Bowser like coming to his senses, or Bowser like either going all the way one way or all the way not. It just kind of left ambiguous, so that plot line really doesn't matter. Yoshi's not really doing anything. Honestly, the only person that really has like a serious plot is Toad, when it comes to Toad not liking Yoshi, and they bond and then they like each other at the end. Like that was like the only character trait that they were kind of changing up a little bit. I kind of wish they went more into Mario and Bowser's rivalry, but you know, obviously we have more movies, they'll get into that probably. There's no way they don't bring Jack Black as Bowser back, because he just prints views and money. But Yeah, guys, I'd give it about a 3. I think it was pretty good. I do think I like the first one a little bit more, just because like it was like, holy shit, it's a Mario film, and then like I really like the Mario Kart scene and the whole scene at the end of them saving the castle and fighting Bowser in New York. I think the first movie is better, but again, kids are gonna love this film, and it's at least it's not like a horrible film where you're gonna be like not having a good time, because some of the jokes are funny and just catching little references in here and there are fun. But let me know what you guys think. Did you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. As always, been Joey. See you in the next one. Later.